Welcome back to another episode of Warp, the completely unnecessary Star Trek podcast where we do unasked for audio commentaries of Star Trek episodes. My name is Shawn.
My name is Matt.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Nate.
And that's it.
That's us.
And it's a special episode today because we are back on Skype.
We're short-staffed this week. Like everybody, like all successful businesses.
I don't think
we can't hold on to our employees.
The employees are on strike. We are the scabs that were hired to fill in. Warped Enterprises.
Shawn and I are management, and May is like a visiting scab that we've crossed the picket line to join us.
It's
right.
Except
Welcome
there is no
back,
money,
May.
So don't get your hopes up because there is
why you would be a scab for no money, but
there is no actual pay. But other than that,
welcome back, May. It's been a while since you've been on the show.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
This is our first episode.
This will be our first 2022 episode, right?
It will. And so today we are watching season 4, episode 15 of Next Generation, First Contact. And I got 45:50 on the clock, and I'm punching the triangle in 3, 2, 1, punch. This is one of the rare episodes that starts in the Latin term in media res.
Ooh,
that's right.
Not to get all hoity-toity filmy on you guys.
Uh-huh. What does that mean?
Means in the middle of a scene.
Oh.
Yeah, they did a lot of work to create some alien tech here.
Those people have holes on the top of their heads.
Yes.
I wish Aaron was. Oh, look at their hands.
They only got 4 fingers.
That was not even that was like a mitten hand. Like
Yeah.
they don't even have fingers. They have.
Yeah, they're really kind of
flippers.
like flippers.
Yeah, they're connected.
Oh, it's a good thing Aaron's not here. She would not be happy about any of this.
And we get to see a lot of them. Oh my God, he's got toes.
He's got toes. We don't have toes.
Why is he so? And he doesn't have.
Oh, he's got fingers.
Doctor, I've discovered a new fetish.
Hey, did you watch this episode, Jake?
We watched it.
You watched the episode. You watched it too, May?
Yep. There's a special guest star.
There is a very special guest star.
This is a
stats.
So today we are watching an episode of Star Trek.
No, you weren't ready.
Called
You
First
weren't ready.
Contact. Original air date February 16th, 1991. Disguised as an alien prior to first contact, Will's life becomes imperiled when incurred injuries reveal his foreign internal structure to a xenophobic alien population. May, you watched the episode.
Yep.
What do you think the IMDb rating of this episode is?
I'm going 7-7.
Oh, you like this one.
Oh, I thought she was going to say 7.
Well, no, when she likes the episode, it's 7-7. So
That's right.
I like this episode
because of
too.
the special guest.
It's good. I give it a 7.4.
I feel like this is not a popular episode. I don't know why I think that, but I'm going to say 7.
It's 8.2.
Oh.
So he wins.
He wins.
And as you said, there is a very special guest star on this. BB Newworth has a part.
It's called First Contact, but it's not Riker's First Contact with alien genitals.
No, he knows all about alien genitals.
Yep.
Yeah, when Data says I'm like fully functional and versed in several techniques, Riker just giggles to himself. Like,
Well,
He's like, yeah, sure,
okay, Beth.
whatever, robot. I have real world experience. You may have book learning, but I've been out in the field.
Nothing better than real world
Things
applications.
you can't even imagine.
Yeah.
She was filming Cheers at the time, and
Ooh, George Hearn.
Yeah, George Hearn. And yeah,
Sweeney Todd. Oh.
Yep. That's one. Like I said, I was saying this has got an interesting cast of guest stars aside from BB Newworth.
Uh-huh.
It also has I don't know if his last name is.
There.
Yep. Ensign or Ensign, but his name's Michael Ensign, and he is the hotel manager from Ghostbusters. When they go get Slimer. And he also plays hotel manager in Pink Floyd's The Wall. Which I thought was really hilarious.
So he's got like a niche where
two credits on his IMDb.
When they need a hotel manager, that's what they call.
And,
so they're like, you are not one of us.
Yeah.
We don't know what you are, but we know you're not one of us.
Yeah, he does his best to play it off. He's just like, look, I can't tell you the truth.
Yeah, he's trying to tell him that he's just like he's like a weird genetic like deformity or something, right? He's like, I was just born weird like this. Like,
I'm a freak, okay?
Just send me, get me to my regular doctor. They're familiar with my weird, things, and everything will be fine. Dumbass says Crusher.
Yeah, that's his doctor's name.
Yeah.
Do you think Crusher works as a name on this planet? Probably not.
But this episode, unfortunately, is a very talky episode. There's not a whole lot of action in it.
Oh yeah, it's a very diplomacy heavy.
Yeah. And so therefore, we should talk about something else.
Yeah.
See, ordinarily, if Aaron was here, I would talk about like the Prime Directive and how you're not supposed to be on planets and blah blah blah. But I'm not going to do that.
I'll just stand in for her. Oh boy. Oh god.
Look, he has a square pillow.
She likes it when I talk about Star Trek to her.
to a point. To a point where she says, "Okay, I'm gonna need more popcorn."
It's all show. She just does it for the ratings.
Yeah.
Got to have conflict,
She's playing a bit part.
Yep. So you like this episode, May?
Yeah, I like the BB Newworth part. I like the lady scientist part of her being like, I'm doing all this science and it's for a reason. Stop standing in my way of, making my science worse stuff.
So is it the main doctor that's the Sweeney Todd actor?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
This guy?
No,
the other guy that just left.
The older guy that was asking him.
The good guy doctor.
Was he in the original Broadway or?
He was the second Sweeney Todd.
Oh, okay.
After Lynn Carew was the guy who played him in the original Broadway production, but George Hearn.
Is he in the taped version with Angela?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
It's him and Angela Lansbury in the version that they filmed for Great Performances or whatever it was. That guy's a guy too.
Yeah, he's been in a million things.
And that lady's a lady too.
That's Carolyn Seymour. She has been on Star Trek before. We've met. She was a Romulan in an earlier episode.
That guy looks like the Punky Brewster dad. Is that the Punky Brewster dad?
Which one? That guy? No,
that guy.
Glasses?
The
guy
white
with the glasses. No, the guy with the glasses is the hotel manager guy.
No, the white-haired guy. That guy.
Oh no, it is not. That's not.
You can tell we haven't done a remote episode in a long time because we're like we've forgotten how to.
Yeah. Now that guy right there.
That guy. Him.
I like the fact that glasses apparently are
those are some thick
are a thing in another planet.
Those aren't just glasses. Those are like get beat up on the playground.
You got two ears, they're on the side of your head, glasses are going to be the same.
I guess.
That's the rule.
Yeah, that actress there, not only is she in several episodes of Star Trek.
I feel like she's a Romulan. Does she play a Romulan?
She does, yeah. She plays two different Romulans. We've already seen her as a Romulan, and she will play a Romulan again.
She's got a Romulan-y look to her.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. She definitely could
Also-
passes a Romulan.
You put
He-
some
she also
pointy
does
ears
the
on
voice.
her, and you got yourself
Yeah,
a
yeah,
Romulan.
She also does a voice on Matt's favorite video game, Mass Effect.
Oh yeah,
Excellent.
All 3 Mass Effects, actually.
Oh, she's recurring.
Yep. Dr. Schweiker or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know the game, so I couldn't tell you. But
Yeah, I'm ashamed to say I don't know either, but
It's not one of the main people. I know that
No.
much.
he's in all 3, so she keeps showing up.
Yeah, well, I don't know who it is, so I love that they just like beam down and they're like, well, our mission went to shit, so we're just gonna pull the ripcord and just tell her the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta bail Riker out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they don't even try to like
Go after him.
pull a heist or something.
They
just,
don't try to.
They just go right down and are like, here's what's going on, lady. We need you to help us. What do they want her to do? Help them find Riker because they can't find Riker.
Yeah, that's probably why they don't do it.
There have been Federation people on the planet for years studying them because they're just on the brink of warp drive. She's the main warp drive lady.
Right.
She's the one who's pushing and then and Riker was there to sort of be a liaison because they were just about to make contact with him.
Uh-huh.
And then he got in like a rumble. There was some kind of riot that he got hurt in. And then he's gone missing. So they're like, okay, well, pretty much because that happened, we're just upping the time we make contact with you by a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. She's this planet's Zephram Cochrane.
I gotcha.
And she's very much like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, she's down for it.
Yeah, well, she's like a space scientist. Of course she wants to meet aliens.
But they're in a very culturally conservative, they're people.
Yes, they're very much Earth in the 20th century.
Yeah.
21st century. Probably the 22nd century. Look, there's that Bolian guy.
That's not the same one, though.
No, that's not the barber, I guess.
No, because the barber's not a Starfleet guy. That guy's wearing a Starfleet uniform.
They get rid of the little smoke harmonica thing on there for those guys, don't they? Or is it a different species?
I thought those were different. I thought those were different people.
Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
This is their go-to move whenever they want to prove to someone that they're from outer space, is to show them their planet from orbit. Yep. Picard does it all the time. He also does it in the movie First Contact.
First Contact, yeah.
Yep. I mean, it's a good move.
Well,
it's an excellent trick. Like,
it's a quick way to do it.
It's a real panty dropper.
Like,
you show somebody,
wow. Okay.
You show somebody outer space, and they're like, "Wow."
Someone who doesn't know, that concept is completely foreign. It would be a panty dropper.
She's just like, so do we get probed now, or how does this work?
When does the probing begin?
I'm ready.
No, really, we don't do that. No,
go to outer
I would
space.
really
Go
like.
to outer space.
I am ready to get probed on behalf of my people.
Jake, would you go to outer space if NASA was like, we've chosen one person to get to go to outer space, and it's you?
I mean, they choose a lot of people. I don't know if you know that, Matt, but
no, I know, but I mean like a random civilian.
A rando? No.
Right.
No desire.
No, I don't need it. I get the message of being in space is already like, I get it. I already want.
Boy, you are typical Generation Xer, man. Just no motivation at all. That's why we are fucked with the species right now.
That's not one. I would do it. I would go to space.
But only if it was like real space. I wouldn't want to be one of those. I wouldn't want to do that bullshit.
The Amazon
that Shatner did.
Amazon delivery to space.
Yeah, that doesn't really count. I feel like it doesn't count if you don't if you're not up there for more than 2 minutes. Like, you have to go up there and at least do like a full orbit, right? Yeah.
Agreed.
Ideally, what you'd want to do is go to the space station for but you wouldn't want to go up there for too long. You just want to go for like a day,
right.
just so you can see what it's like. And
Yeah,
then you could come.
You gotta like you gotta sleep in space. You gotta have a meal. You gotta poop once or twice, and you gotta play at least like one full board game with somebody. And then if you're up there that long, that counts.
Then you've done all the things there are to do up there.
That's right.
Like science experiments or whatever. Do you guys remember last week? I think it was last week. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. We were talking about the buttons on Kirk's chair and how he had that one button that was like eject guy from the episode where he had to eject the guy.
Create plot point.
Yeah, that episode was called Court Martial.
Yeah.
But we were talking about the buttons and how funny it was that he would have a button that was devoted just to that one specific task of ejecting a guy. So I looked up. I found a picture, a screenshot from that episode that shows the buttons on Kirk's chair. So this is a little game we're gonna play. Who wants to guess what buttons Kirk has?
Are they all labeled
on his chair? What?
Are they all labeled?
Actually, you've skipped all the way to the end. They are not all labeled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was going to be my big twist reveal, Shawn.
Yeah.
You jumped, figured it out too fast. I will tell you that there are 5 buttons. Only 3 of them say what they do.
So the third one is eject.
And you already know that one of them is eject guy.
Right.
Although it doesn't say that. It says jettison pod. But that's the button. So there are 2 more.
One is like, is it comms or something? Communications?
No.
We all know that one of them's the call ensign yeoman ran to bang me, but I don't know if that one's labeled.
It's not.
Water.
Yeah, blood.
Coffee.
Yep. Lungs. It's a little disappointing. One is yellow and is labeled alert, so that's the yellow alert button. And one is red and it's labeled alert, and that's the red alert. And that's it. And then the other 2, buttons 4 and 5, are just clear, like they don't have any color and they don't have any label on them. So it's like they have not yet been. It's like those buttons are TBA, like they haven't assigned a task to those other 2 buttons yet.
No, those are the ones where he
more buttons than
5
yellow
buttons.
alert, red alert, and jettison pod. But apparently not. Like those buttons are all he needs to get by. Usually one of his buttons is call Scotty, right? Like he's always punching a button whenever he needs Scotty to do something.
Yeah, I thought that was a good Jacob's idea that one of them would be comms made sense because it seems like he's always pushing one of those buttons to call people.
Whenever he wants to talk to somebody, he has to push a button, but nope. I guess they just didn't bother. Like whoever was in charge of like designing that shot didn't bother to put the other label.
Do it. They're like, we got one alert. Their version of Screeny is not as good as our version of Screeny.
I just put the picture into the Skype chat. If you guys want to, can see the picture of the close up of the buttons. He's pushing the jettison pod button.
Yes. Jettison.
Their version of Screeny looks like Missile Command on like an Atari 2600. It's not great. Not super impressive.
I got this is embarrassing, but it's funny. I got an enormous amount of iTunes dollars for Christmas because I wanted to replenish.
That is embarrassing.
CDs that I have no longer have access to on my iPhone.
Right.
And one of the albums I bought was the album that Pac-Man Fever was on.
What album was Pac-Man Fever on?
It's called Pac-Man Fever. It was an album of songs all about different video games from the time.
Oh, what other
There's
songs?
a Frogger song and a Centipede song.
Centipede, yeah. Got
and
it.
a Donkey Kong song.
Space Invaders?
No, there's an asteroid song,
Okay.
a Defender song,
Mm-hmm.
a Mousetrap song, and a Berserk song. You remember Berserk?
Vaguely.
Berserk was the weirdest. It was like you were in a room and you had to kill everybody in the room and then get out when the door opened, and you just kind of went from room to room, and the rooms got harder and harder. But there was this weird thing in it where there was like a ball that was a smiley face that would kind of bounce around the room, and it was the one thing you couldn't destroy, and you just kind of had to avoid it while you killed the other things. Video games in the 80s.
I don't remember any of those songs.
The only one that had any was Pac-Man Fever. That's the only one that ever got released out into the world. But I had that album on vinyl when I was a kid and thought it was amazing, and so I wanted to hear the songs again, and I was wrong.
How much money did that cost you to buy
like
that album
$5.
on it? Ooh, that's odd.
So.
This was a cute moment in the show. Mirasta's like, I want to beam to the surface. Did I do that right? Did I say that right? Beam? And she was like, I'm picking up the lingo. I'm like, what of you?
When's Lilith show up?
In a bit. She only comes in to fuck Riker and then she's out.
Yep.
Huh.
She's only in one scene.
She gets what she wants.
You
She
think they
helps
would
him
have
out for
made
like
a bigger
10
part
seconds.
for her, you know?
I think it was a time thing. Like, so she was filming Cheers at the time, so like I guess because they were both on Paramount, of course, so she would kind of share duties. And apparently she would go to like rehearsals at Cheers with the makeup on, and it would make everybody laugh. But I was reading the thing about all the people from, it's a fairly famous meme on line about Cheers being a holodeck program on Star Trek because of how many people were on both shows.
Cool.
Memory Alpha tells me that this is the third of 4 times the captain shows a native female her home planet from orbit. It really is one of his signature moves.
Actually, 4 times is not nearly as many as I would have thought it would be.
He did it with Revon in Justice, Nuria in Who Watches the Watchers, this episode, and then Alfre Woodard in
This is the movie,
First Contact.
the last one. This episode's also special because it's episode 88, which means it's the halfway point of Next Generation.
Yeah, we're in the down. From here on out, it's all downhill.
So.
Oh, I thought we were totally in the downhill already. Sorry. Damn.
I mean, downhill in terms of number of episodes, not in terms of quality.
That's what I mean. I was like, ah, shit. Oh, well.
But at least the episodes are like, pretty good from here on out. Like,
they're all, they're great.
I start looking at the list. I'm like, oh, that's a good one. And that's a good one. And they just all seem good. So.
Honestly, we're quite a bit ahead in the rewatch. Like, we're not even bothering to wait to do the pod at this point. It's just fun to watch them. That's good. They're good.
Oh, interesting.
You're cheating. You're going ahead.
That's right. I mean, it's not
you're like Chevy Chase in that episode of Community where he reads ahead.
Oh yeah.
Streets ahead.
Streets ahead. Yeah. No. Yeah. He reads out of the adventure guide.
Yeah.
For the Dungeons and Dragons book.
The episode.
Oh yeah, you're not
people with the DVDs can watch now.
Well, that's fun. I'm glad you're enjoying watching it.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, and it's it's rewatch still a lot for these. I've got a lot of experience watching The Next Generation.
Did you watch it for the most part?
This is not my first time at the rodeo.
Oh, here he comes. Here comes Lilith.
Yeah.
And it's her deal that she's just horny for aliens.
Yep.
I kind of forgot what the point of this scene was.
It's not really a scientific interest. It's just
she's just
it's pretty sciencey. She's just like,
I want to know what it's like to fuck an alien.
Yeah.
But I don't know that it's. I mean, it's obviously.
See, she's like, I'm not afraid of you. I am like, we shouldn't
Yeah,
fear the
she's
unknown.
like-
She wants to know. She wants to know what it's like.
And the
But
best
like, what
part
is she? Is she like a doctor or something?
Yeah.
What's-
yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely on the staff at this hospital here.
Yeah.
So.
They're all doctor or nurses or whatever, but.
And he's still pretending he's not an alien because
Yeah,
that's his mission, is to not give it away. He doesn't realize that Jean-Luc's just going around telling everybody now.
Right.
He's still trying to maintain the.
Well, because the other scientist, the lady scientist, said, my people won't like the fact that you guys have been here already for a while, so don't tell them that you have someone down there. But you did tell the leader guy, right? As well.
Yeah,
Right.
that's all. At this point, that's all they've told.
She's not. They're like xenophobic, kind of, right? Like they're
Yes.
Absolutely.
And
they
it's
were
that guy with the glasses who was like, this is a bad idea. This warp drive is a bad idea. We're going to invite people to come conquer us. And she's like, all right, I'll help you, but you got to fuck me. And Riker's like, well, no, I don't know this is going to work. And
She's like,
yeah.
She's like, I'm barely alive.
I can't wait to learn. She's in it for the science.
And she's like, if you want it out, you got to give it up, buddy.
She's like, I want to see what your weird alien genitals look like.
And then
Riker's like, wow, the tables have really turned. Usually I'm the one who says that.
The best part, though, is he did it because she comes out and she does what she said she was going to do.
Oh, yeah, he definitely did it. Look at her face. She's like,
yeah, that was fucking great.
Yeah.
Riker fucks his way out of his problems.
They should have you know that episode of the old show where Spock goes back in time and has sex with Marriott Hartley in the like frozen tundra. Yeah. There's like a couple of novels that were written after that are about the child that Spock and Marriott Hartley have. That Spock goes back and finds out that he had a son. They should do that with this episode. They should have Riker and BB Newirth have like an alien hybrid baby.
Yeah. Go ahead and write it, Matt.
I mean, how many hybrid babies has Riker left around the galaxy?
Well, you'd like to think that Riker is careful about these kinds of things, but
we have talked about that before.
He's never met any of these aliens before. He doesn't know how their shit works.
There's no way he would have known. There's no way he had protection on him. Or maybe he always had protection on him. I don't know. But
he's always got protection on him.
One of those guys that carries a condom in his wallet.
Boy, they just keep beating the shit out of him.
Yeah. This poor doctor's like, dude, this is a fucking hospital. Why the hell are you beating up this guy? Even if he is an alien, like, we still should be respectful of the fact that he's a living organism. Like,
I just think it's hilarious that the only reason they had BB Newirth come in for this episode was to do that one thing.
That's it. That's all. She's done. That was when I watched this morning, and I was laughing.
Yeah, that
so
guy.
hard.
Oh, the guy in the glasses. He always plays that kind of guy.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
He's always the sort of like nebbishy, like this is a terrible idea kind of guy. You guys want to hear about what's coming up? Here's what since this is our first episode of 2022.
Yes.
Let's talk about what's going to happen in 2022. In not very long, at the beginning of April. We'll get to the end of this season. We'll get to watch a movie. We have to decide what movie we're going to want to watch. We still haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah.
And then just a couple of months after that, chronologically, we get to Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country.
And then that will be the end of our time with the original crew.
Yeah, for a while anyway.
Until we get some with, I guess maybe, I don't know. Is that, there's
Scotty.
Scotty comes back, and I don't know. I guess the episodes with Spock, I think, are before Star Trek.
We'll get to those first. Yeah, those come up pretty soon, I think.
Can I tell you the one thing I remember about Star Trek VI?
Yeah.
There's a moment where I think it's Kirk kicks an alien in like the knee or something, And like
Yep.
Bones explains, not everybody has their whatever.
No, it's not
Yeah,
Bones.
except it's not
Iman.
Bones.
It's who is it?
It's supermodel Iman,
Yeah,
Yes.
Iman. Yeah. So
who plays an alien.
The
in Star
shape-shifting
Trek
alien.
6.
yeah.
Yeah, he kicks him in the knee, and she's like, "That was not his knee.
Yeah.
I'm not
Not all
old.
of us keep our genitals in the same place."
Exactly. Yeah. That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Kirk's,
I love that movie
you'd think
so
Kirk,
much.
You'd think that Kirk, who
Would
is
know.
the prototype for Riker, would already know that not everyone keeps their genitals in the same place. Kirk's been around the galaxy a few times.
I would
And then
think
we get
that,
one more movie towards the end of the year. We'll get one more movie. So we got 2 movies and Star Trek 6 coming up this year, which
It's not technically a movie.
what are you talking about?
movies in
No, he
addition
wasn't
to Star
counting it.
Trek 6.
That's my favorite of the original series
favorite.
movies.
That is an incorrect opinion, but it's okay.
I understand. I'm not saying that I
great movie.
think it's
I'm
a
not
better movie
mad.
than I objectively think that Wrath of Khan is a better movie. I just enjoy it. It was really like the first I'd seen the one with the whales.
Yeah.
But Star Trek 6 was the first one I watched having like some level of knowledge of Star Trek. Because I had watched a lot of Next Generation at that point. So, and I love the fact that the last like half hour of that movie, every line that Christopher Plummer says is Shakespeare.
Yes, that is true. He does a lot of shouting random lines.
No matter what he says, every line is a direct quote from a Shakespeare play.
Yeah. So Glasses guy, his whole deal is like, we have to keep him as like a hostage because he doesn't trust the Enterprise people.
Yes.
He thinks they're like space invaders, basically, right?
Right.
Coming to conquer them.
Yes, he figures anybody who would come here is here to conquer. He told the guy, we need to interrogate him. The guy's like, well, if we can wake him up, but if we do, it'll probably kill him. He's like, I don't care. Wake him up anyways. He's like, no, I'm not going to fucking do that. And he's like, well, fuck you. I'll replace you. That was the conversation they just had there.
Yeah.
And now Picard's like, come on, I need Riker. And the guy's like, nope.
He's like, give me my guy back.
Because he now knows that they've been
there all along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's a little pissed that Picard didn't tell him. But this is actually a cool scene because Picard's like, I made a mistake. And the guy's like, ooh, I like the fact that you make a mistake. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, well, then you're just like every other person. You make mistakes. He's all, dude, I make mistakes all the time.
Yeah. His first mistake was not phasering this planet. First moment.
Why can't they find Riker? Why can't they just beam him out? Like,
he doesn't have his comm badge.
That's why they can't.
That was
find
a
him.
plot point early on that he said he had a piece of jewelry. And if they found it, and they said no, so he can't communicate with them. They can't find him because without the comm badge, they can't find you, right? And that.
I don't know. I feel like Data would be able to be like, there's only one human being on this planet.
But there's not. That's the problem. There's other people there.
Yeah, but they're all Starfleet people. Just beam them all up.
Beam them all. Just all of them disappear wherever they are.
One of them's going to be right. How many could there be? 5? Beam them up.
But if they're like in the middle of with other people on the planet and all of a sudden they just disappear, that might seem odd.
I'm just saying, there's no way Data couldn't like find Riker. Like that's just.
I'll agree with you there. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying that I think the plan to beam everybody up that wouldn't work.
They've just decided not to do that because they have to have this like conflict in this episode. Like,
that would be hilarious if there were like 10,000 people from Starfleet on this planet already.
Right. There's like more of us than there are of them.
How many spies do you have on our planet? 5? 10? Yeah, 10.
10-ish.
Actually, you're the only Malcorian.
Right. Even all the
Everyone
people
else- Everyone else on this whole planet works for me.
even guy with glasses, he's on my side. He's just been told to play a part.
He's just doing a really good job of blending in.
His normal job is he works at a Jamba Juice on deck 12. But he's having a great time doing this. So
This is like Federation cosplay. I want to know what those green things are they've put on his face.
Some kind
Because they kind of look
poultice.
like leaves.
Yeah, it looks like a poultice of some kind.
And this guy's plan is odd. He's like, I don't want you coming here, so I'm going to make it look like you killed me, and then that way we won't allow your people here.
Yeah.
Which seems like an odd choice, but hey, who am I to judge?
Well, they mentioned they're just like, he always had like a martyr complex, you know.
Oh, did they say that earlier?
I think they say that later.
Well, I mean, they say that he wanted
he
to be
wanted
a
to make himself a martyr. Yeah.
Yeah.
He is dedicated to his cause. That's for sure.
Yeah, hey, even if you don't get to enjoy the spoils of your work, I guess it's worth it if it works.
It feels like almost no one is in this episode besides Riker and Jean-Luc and Troy. Like, we don't even see the rest of the gang hardly.
Yeah, they a few of them show up right at the end, but other than that, yeah.
I figure Beverly has to show up to like fix whatever's wrong with Riker.
For some reason, Worf, and I don't know why. But yeah, so far it's just been Riker, Picard, and I guess they met Data.
Yeah, and Troy. Yeah.
They were up on when they were up on the ship. I don't think Geordi's in the episode, but I can't remember. But that's all right, because next week it's a very Geordi heavy episode.
Yeah. Very joyous.
Oh, good. Those ones are always good.
Which is why I think we should not do it without Aaron, because it's also a Whoopi episode.
Oh, well, then for sure we have to wait.
And it's a Geordi Eskeevi with a lady episode.
Oh, boy.
It's the one where the doctor comes back that he has.
Oh, no. It's the one where she comes back and finds the hologram.
Yeah, the real one.
Oh, yeah. We have to wait and do that when all together.
Yeah, I think we'll just do. So as I was watching it, like, we can't watch. Aaron will hate this episode.
So you can't miss it.
Oh yeah, I was so ready for that episode.
Sometimes phasers can like completely disintegrate you, and sometimes they just lightly push over.
I was just about to talk about that because, like, if it was unkilled, there was a good chance he would have completely like removed all the evidence of himself getting killed.
Right, just zap him away. Riker's smart though. He doesn't. He stuns him.
I kind of like their screeny though. Look at how cool it looks in the background, like that.
Yeah, it looks sort of like a snowflake.
Yeah, that effect is pretty cool.
Yeah,
we're gonna get to see super screeny in a minute here.
he's making that their screensaver
when they get up on the Enterprise.
Jacob, did you play Dragon's Lair when you were a kid?
I did a little bit. Philippe was super into Dragon's Lair.
I used to play the second one with Philippe all the time at the Round Table Pizza.
Yep.
The second one was really hard.
They were all hard to me, but
oh my god, they were so hard. They were impossibly hard.
Did you ever play Space Ace, the other one?
Oh, yes. So just the same. Impossible.
Impossible.
Did you ever play the hologram one?
Not only impossible, but also like expensive. Like it was like $1 to play. And then you would play for like 10 seconds and your game would be over. And you'd be like, fuck, I just wasted $1 on this game.
Yeah. Did you ever play the
game from Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants?
Dragon Slayer?
Yep.
We're talking about Dragon's Lair.
Oh.
It was do you remember that, May? Do you know what I mean?
No.
You don't
It
remember?
was a cabinet game, like an arcade game.
Yeah, and it was
but
like fully
it had
hand-drawn.
John Bluth hand-drawn animation.
But I think that's the same thing.
Oh, really? Maybe
what
you're
they
just
played?
remembering it wrong. So maybe they did play it on Pants.
Yeah.
See, there it is, super screeny.
Oh wow, so many.
Super screeny.
The Asian dude from Pants played it, and the documentary, the filmmaking, like emo chick who met the little girl who had cancer. They were like all friends. They were friends with the Asian guy who played the video game at the arcade. So that's my experience with that game.
It was a very hard game to play.
Yeah.
Possibly difficult.
You had to time it so perfectly.
Is that why you bring it up, Matt? You just remembering how hard it was?
Well, Shawn and I were talking about it the other day, so I had it in my notes as something to bring up. I must have been meaning to ask Philippe about it, so we'll have to talk about it again next week. But
yeah,
I just remember it being expensive and really hard.
Yeah.
And just never being able to get past like the first 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah. You had 3 lives, but they were gone in like a minute.
Yep.
Like,
and it was so fiddly. Like if your timing wasn't exactly precise, you just died.
Sometimes it felt like you were right on time and it would still die. You're like, what the fuck? What did I do? I hit the lever. I don't know. They also, did any of you ever play the hologram one they had of that? It wasn't Dragon's Lair, but they made a 3D hologram video game and it played exactly like those games did. Where you had the time thing.
No, I don't.
The space thing. The only place I ever saw it was at the Disneyland Starcade, but it was just as impossible as Dragons. And it was also like $5, or I don't know if it was that much, but it was expensive to play as well. But it was a little hologram 3-dimensional thing that was weird. It had like this weird.
Did they have the Dragon's Lair theme song on your video game songs album that you bought?
No, that was not one of them. It was a little after the time of
Dragon's Lair had a lot of music in it.
Was it called Time Traveler, Shawn?
The hologram?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't remember. I think there was only one, so I'm guessing yes.
Yeah.
Dragon's Lair. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were like 3.
Did you put a picture on the?
I put a picture in the chat of what it looks like.
Yeah, that's the guy you play. They had I know they had a Space Ace cartoon. Did they have a Dragon's Lair cartoon as well?
I don't know.
I don't know. It seems like an obvious thing to do, right?
Yeah.
I don't think Jean-Luc's fish is in here there.
It doesn't look. I couldn't find it when I was looking. But it might be kind of blends in with the coral sometimes.
Sometimes he's hard to spot.
This is the thing. The end of this show, the lady scientist is like, I want to go with you.
Yeah, take me with you.
You can see it.
You can see it moving.
You don't have to say lady doctor.
You can see the fish. It was there.
Oh, it was.
You can see the fins poking out from behind the guy. But Picard's like, yeah, you can come with us. Where are they going to take her exactly is my thing. Like, what is she going to do?
I mean, she's Starfleet now. She's like, I'm science. I do science. Put me in the science.
She does old ass science. She's
like, I don't know. I mean, I understand her reasoning for wanting to go, but what is their reason for taking her?
Yeah. It's like
where are they going to take her? Is she just going to live on the ship now with them? We never see her again, so I don't know. She just disappears.
They just do with her what they do with.
Probably goes off to like the Science Academy or someplace like that.
Yeah, they do what they do with her. The science lady from Star Trek 4. They're just like,
right.
Oh yeah. Go live with the whales.
She's like, I'm gonna learn about science now.
Yeah, I've decided I'm not going to be in a relationship with you, and I'm going to do my own thing and fuck off.
She's a warp scientist, right? So she's going to learn all about. She's going to go down to engineering and learn all about warp from Geordi. That's what she's going to do.
Yeah.
Geordi will inappropriately hit on her, and she'll be like, "Huh, men have a chance."
She goes, "Wow, did I make a bad choice here?"
She's like, I see that humans are just like Malcorians.
They're just all hands.
Very handsy, very mitteny. On Malcorians, they don't call it handsy. They call it mitteny.
Putting your mittens all over me.
Get your flippers off me. That's what women on Malcorians say. Keep your flippers to yourself.
There you go. First contact.
Wow.
Did it, folks. We did it.
I didn't know how we were going to make it through. I really didn't. There were a couple moments there that I was like, uh-oh.
So we apologize. We understand. It's been a while since we've done
this. One's a throwaway. Just
unfortunately, we kind of needed to do it because we didn't have any more episodes. But next week, we'll be back in person.
It's our fault.
Episode. Although I am glad that we were able to do an episode with May because it's always fun when May's around.
Nice. Yeah, that part was good.
But she won't come out to the podcast ranch, so
I don't go places.
It's hard to blame her.
Yes. Wrap it up, Matt.
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah, here's hoping those capitalism hating strikers will come back to the Warp Studio.
That's right. We're gonna force them back into their own house.
Next week we watch Galaxy's Child, whatever that is. Geordi's a weirdo, huh?
Geordi's a weirdo episode. Yep.
Boy, that'll be fun.
And it is the skeeviest of skeevy episodes.
Oh yeah, I like her.
Very uncomfortable.
Gross. She actually says the thing that we're always thinking. You know, like she actually says you're disgusting.
Well, and it also, but he gets all pissy about it, like as if he didn't.
Yeah, and then like she apologizes to him.
Exactly.
It really comes out a little bit.
This is not okay. Like,
now they really should have. They lost their nerve at the end.
Yeah, I'm going. This is a total 1990s thing going on here. That would never fly these days. Like,
well, it's just that. Yeah, you're right. It's that old-fashioned TV thing of we can't have one of our main characters be a bad person, so he has to be forgiven in the end
for his terrible things,
for his terrible behavior. Well, join us for that next week. You can. Until then, email us. Go to iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts to rate, review, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at Warped the Podcast and buy our merch at Lunar Flare. Email us at warpthepodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter at WarpedTrack. Follow me at Host Warped. Follow Min for Dungeons and Dragons and Call of Cthulhu live streams and podcasts at Web Maynard, and go to patreon.com/warped to become a subscriber. Get access to early release episodes and bonus content. I'm very stuffy. I'm gonna sound so weird this week
because sound fine. You don't sound.
I feel I can hear it in my own voice that I sound nasally. Whatever.
Good.
It's fine. I'm not editing this week. Somebody else has to do it.
I'll do it. I can do it.
Okay.
Anyways, until next week, my name is Shawn.
Balcony is closed. My name is Matt.
It's your boy Jake.
I'm ready.
Good night, everybody.